Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, bringing you a grand solar minimum update on Thursday, April 19th, 12:08 a.m. Mountain Time, 2018. You're looking at the snow depth chart live from yesterday of North America. Unprecedented on April 18th. Most of the Canadian Shield buried in heavy snow to the east. This is not a normal pattern, ask the folks up there. And we have snow sitting on the ground in 26 states in the upper 48 in mid-spring, and it is not over yet. It's the coldest and snowiest April on record near the Great Lakes, and residents are fuming. Jesus. The upper Midwest and Great Lakes have never seen an April like this. Extreme weather conditions have refused to relent, even into the month's second half, testing the patience of local residents. Scores of records for both snow and cold have fallen. Minneapolis, Madison, Wisconsin, and Marquette, Michigan are among the many towns and cities experiencing their coldest April ever. And Minneapolis, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and Green Bay, Wisconsin were recently dealt record snowfalls ever. And with the wintry pattern lingering for a few more days, more records for extreme winter weather are likely to fall, including the all-time snowfall record in Erie, PA for a major city. And it's about to snow another 11 inches in Iowa. Whew. There are the forecasts right now for the next 24 hours. The cold and snow have been so persistent and disruptive, they are challenging the tenacity of Midwesterners. No stranger to long winters. Here in Ann Arbor, the attitude is a collective fuming. That's in Michigan. I was about to switch out my snow tires, and it still isn't time to do so. It's almost summer. I live in Minneapolis, and I am so over this winter, tweeted Paul Weimer. Another resident admitted to reaching a breaking point. Guys, this is in the coldest part of North America. The jig is up. The harsh conditions have contributed to the postponement of a record number of Major League Baseball games during April ever recorded, ever. The brunt of the cold has hit the Dakotas, Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin, which have coped with conditions colder than Alaska. I know, it's burning up in Alaska. Let's talk about cold extremes. Minneapolis has posted 11 days with temperatures below 30 this month, the most on record in April by 4 days. That's called blowing the record out of the water. Its average temperature so far this month is 28.2 degrees. That's almost 4 degrees below freezing. The average temperature in Madison so far this month is below freezing. The coldest on record ever. 13 degrees below normal. The average temperature in Marquette so far this month, 21.8 degrees, is the coldest on record by 4 degrees. Chicago has seen low falls below 30 over 13 times this month, the most ever. Many cities in the interior Northeast have yet to see temperatures in March or April go above those reached in February. Snow extremes: Minneapolis, 15.8 inches of snow, April 13th to 16th, the largest April snow event ever. Green Bay, 24.2 inches, posted its largest April snowfall ever. Sioux Falls received 13.7 inches, its largest April snowfall ever. Erie, PA is tomorrow going to become the first city with a population of 100,000 to receive 200 inches of snow in a season ever. Woo! That is a boom of epic snow proportions while the sheep will stand there and take selfies. Record snowfall already for Waterloo this year as snow, sleet keeps falling Wednesday and into Thursday. A winter storm warning continues to be in effect for several northeast Iowa counties Wednesday until tomorrow. There's the list. According to Wednesday morning forecast from the Des Moines and La Crosse offices of the National Weather Service, additional snow accumulations of 4 to 11 inches, including a light glaze of ice were expected Wednesday to affect portions of north central Iowa. Waterloo can expect between 3 and 5 inches of snow with the storm, with less than a tenth of an inch of ice, and on and on. That's where the corn grows. Buffalo's going to lose its all-time snowfall record for a major city tomorrow as Erie explodes past 200 inches. The latest, Montana governor declares flood emergency because of the record snow in Montana. All-time record snows. That means the Milk River is going to all-time record flood. Heads up Wednesday through Thursday on the Milk River. Could be bad times ahead. Let's check out the Weather Ready Nation map. Extreme fire weather conditions in the desert southwest on Thursday continue. But good news. Storm system's going to be dropping through Thursday night into Friday, bringing much needed rain to northern New Mexico, most of Texas, all of Oklahoma, and so on. We're going to check the models shortly. Strong winds, low relative humidity, and dry ground conditions increase the threat for wildfire activity in the desert southwest, the Great Basin, central southern high plains, and southeast on Thursday. Still a huge storm burning in Oklahoma, which will be quenched, thankfully, on Friday. But stay away until then. The greatest concern is in New Mexico and Arizona, where winds of 30 to 40 miles per hour sustained and an extremely dry air mass with fuel extreme fire level weather conditions all day today and through tomorrow. Let's check out the GFS model and see what the saving grace is here. So here's what you have to look for on Thursday. The storm is going to move through the upper Midwest. Clip northern Ohio, set the all-time record for a major city in Erie sometime midday Thursday at noon. Heavy snows in western PA, moving into northern West Virginia, as well as southern New York State. And then all of New England is going to hit the snow by Friday morning, midnight Thursday, Friday morning. And that's going to move up into Maine. And it's going to be cold behind that, guys. All you people have been basking in the 80 degrees. Put your knickers back on because it's about to become winter again. As this storm drops right into my front yard here on Friday morning, where it shows heavy snow in the South San Juans here, the rains are going to be covering the driest portions of the country. And then this is going to slowly develop, bringing much needed rain here to northern New Mexico, as well as snows for the upper mountains, moving into the Texas Panhandle, and then quickly devouring Oklahoma, Nebraska, and Kansas in heavy rains and heavy weather. Right here popping up central Oklahoma, I expect large hail, lightning strikes, maybe sparking some more smoldering fires, but this rain system is going to put out the major portions of that fire, thankfully. It's going to move right through central Arkansas, Louisiana. Boom! Quickly intensifying here on Sunday, midday. Heads up, Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas for severe weather. This is moving through the entire southern portions here. So here, by the time we get into Monday, heads up. We're looking at heavy weather in the south, and this is going to just move its way slowly day after day up the coast, forming a flooding event up on the east coast here of epic proportions. We're talking biblical. This is because of atmospheric rivers, spring conditions, and increased cosmic rays, guys. Let's check out the snowfall totals. Moving through Thursday, we're talking a light dusting in about 15 states here up in the Northeast. So there's going to be a snow pattern, and then heavy snows move through Colorado, quickly building, which we need. This snow is much needed through Colorado. We're at 55% snowpack. This is going to bring us up probably to 60-70%, which is going to make a hell of a season. I can't wait. We're inflating the raft as we speak. Moving in through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, another system moves up here through Montana, breaking the all-time records again, and then more snow for North Dakota. And it looks like the snow pattern for the east ends, but another system moving in the west to bring more heavy snows by the end of the month, beginning of May here in the Rockies, all the way up through Montana, all the way up through Alberta. Heavy snow in the west is back in effect. So we've been seesawing. Beginning of the winter, we had heavy snow in the west, and then midwinter, heavy snow in the east, back to the west for heavy snow at the beginning of summer. And that is a snow boom of selfie proportion. Oh my God, look at a train. Look at the train. Totally, look at this woman in pink. Goodbye. They won't be coming to the ranch. 14 killed after severe floods hit Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. What's going on here, guys? Let's real quick come over here to the balloon data I just erased, and I'll show you what's happening. We're lining this up. Cosmic rays are on the increase. In the next few years, they're probably going to recommend that there is no space flight in the near future because of the danger to astronauts. There will be no more astronauts in space stations in a decade. And then commercial flights will become dangerous within your lifetime. So we're going to be looking forward to that in our history as the contrails quickly cool the Earth because of cosmic ray flux. So do the atmospheric compression events. Massive floods hit Martinique after 9.8 inches of rain in 6 hours. Very dangerous conditions, 20 killed, 33,000 displaced as floods continue affecting Kenya. And Puerto Rico is back in the dark. The entire island black. That is the future, and we're witnessing it. That's the beginning of infrastructure failure, and it is going to only roll out from there. Interesting thing happening here on the West Coast near Oroville Dam. When we were doing the interview with Lee Wilbarger tonight on the radio show, a 2.5 magnitude chemical explosion popping off 3 kilometers northwest of the dam. There's no coverage in the media right now. I do not know what this is. If you're in this region, tell me what's going on. I'm trying to figure it out. So we have a chemical explosion near Oroville Dam. Not looking good. Could be sabotage. Who knows? Mid-ocean ridge swelling. Not looking good here. 5.5 in the South Atlantic Ocean in the middle of nowhere. This is right around the bend from the deadly Canary Islands. So this is some activity that is very suspect. One of those underwater volcanoes that we know about that could rapidly cool the Earth. That's not the only volcano that is on the uptick. We have a 5.3 here near Indonesia, a 5.3 in another one in Indonesia, and this chemical explosion, and this very bizarre mid-ocean plate, 5.5 in the South Atlantic Ocean. Heads up. Volcano eruption warning. Tens of volcano earthquakes rumbling around the world. A large number of earthquakes have been felt beneath volcanoes across the world. We've been reporting on them every night. Someone's picking up on it. Thank God we're not the media. We're about to talk about it. Does this mean there's an imminent large volcanic eruption about to take place? Of course it does. We've been calling for it. John Casey has been calling for it. Historical evidence knows it happens on all of these major 1,000-year grand solar minimum downswings where we're in the middle of one. There is major volcanic activity popping up in the historical past, destroying the empires that existed at the peak of the warm. Goodbye Minoans, goodbye Romans, goodbye Vikings, and now goodbye sheeple. And that is a thankful boom. Hey, take a picture of it while you're ending your life. I would appreciate it if every sheeple take a selfie while the large volcanic eruption occurs. As the flesh falls from your body, in Hawaii, a total of 18 earthquakes have been measured under Kilauea. We showed you that back in the centennial minimum, the volcanic islands erupted violently, killing many people. That's what you have in your future. Epic floods, 27 inches of rain in 24 hours, and on and on. Crop loss, famine, unrest, and major volcanic unrest. The largest earthquakes measured on the Big Island was a magnitude 2.2, measured Wednesday, 6 kilometers south of the volcano. Kilauea is showing increased signs of activity as predicted as the summit lava lake remains at high levels and continues to rise. That means it's not going to decrease, it's increasing. Hawaii Volcano Observatory spokeswoman Janet Babb says overall it's been at the high side with the latest inflation, meaning it's about to blow. And it's pushing up even higher. So you're talking about cosmic ray flux, nonstop flooding and rain, volcanic ash causing more rain and localized flooding due to cosmic ray flux, increased cloud nucleation and rain because of volcanic ash, and on and on. Get out of Dodge. In Mexico, the Sierra Prieto volcano is showing an increased activity with a magnitude 2.4 earthquake measured. The volcano is located on the Mexican state of Baja California, and the quake measured might be volcanic in origin at a depth of magma at 12 kilometers. The volcano tectonic earthquake is an earthquake induced by the movement, either injection or other movement of magma. Swarm of earthquakes has been detected under the Clear Lake volcano in California as well. 16 have been measured during the past 21 hours at depths ranging between 4.4 and 0.2 kilometers. The Clear Lake volcanic field is located 90 miles north of San Francisco, and the most prominent volcanic feature is a 300,000-year-old Mount Konakti. The volcanic field has not erupted for several thousand years. However, sporadic volcanic type earthquakes do occur, and the numerous hot springs and volcanic gas seeps at the area point to its potential to erupt again. Across the world, in Greece, a magnitude 2.7 earthquake was felt beneath Nisidos volcano, which may have been volcanic in origin. The Greek island is in the Aegean and is the youngest volcano along a rift in the southern Aegean and has experienced at least 3 major eruptions in recent times. One of these, 16,000 years ago, was particularly destructive, blanketing a wide area with volcanic ash. Good for the soil, bad for the citizens. The Sakurajima volcano, which we've been covering daily, has been erupting nonstop for weeks and has been showing signs of high-level activity. Heads up. So, the volcanoes are on the uptick as predicted. We are right again. A major climate boundary in the central U.S. has shifted 140 miles due to global warming. They're wrong again. Totally full of shite. This is nonsense. I'm sure you've seen hundreds of articles just like this. I'll leave you a link to this pile down below. Here we have images coming from NOAA's Climate at a Glance. It can be shown that precipitation in the 6 states that they claim are getting drier has actually increased over the last 100 years. This is how full of shite the mainstream media is. They claim that these 6 states are getting drier and desertification is happening. It's getting more arid in these 6 states: North Dakota, Kansas, South Dakota, Oklahoma. Lies, lies, lies. Precipitation has increased over the last 100 years in every single state that they claim is getting drier. I wonder what's going on there. Oh yeah, they're full of shite. Let's talk about more nonsense. Climate change is killing the coral reefs on the Great Barrier Reef. Not. You know what happened 12,000 years ago? The ocean came up 400 feet. I bet you that killed the coral. No, it didn't. The coral is still everywhere on the planet. Even a raise in sea level 400 feet does not kill the coral. Do you know why? Because Gaia, planet Earth, is resilient, and it doesn't matter what you do with it. Evolution occurs, ecological niches get filled. Climate change is not killing anything but the brain cells of the idiots that are buying into it. If you believe the planet is getting warmer, it's catastrophic and sea level is rising, polar bears are dying, and all of the reefs are getting bleached and broken up, it doesn't matter because the Earth will repair itself. But the reality is that none of these things are happening, and you believe it, and that's pathetic, and that's a boon. So go home, please unsubscribe, and stop being a troll. Come over to deagle.com and you can find out what's going to happen by 2025 here. The current population of North America, the United States, is 324 million in 2016. The estimated population by 2025 is only 54 million. Time is now to start preparing to survive and thrive in the future, because only 1/5 of us are going to be remaining in 7 years. That's a heads up. Have you heard of the Silurian hypothesis? Well, I have, and now you have. How do we know that humans were not the first civilization on Earth? Because we weren't. There's ample evidence that there have been advanced civilizations here for thousands and thousands of years. They might have been Homo sapiens, but they could have also been lizards and other types of god creatures, giants and the like. So the Silurian hypothesis is going to delve into this. And what they're going to look for is residuals that are created by civilization. Now, here's the problem with this whole hypothesis. They think that humankind, like dirty man that makes piles of trash and toxic waste all over the place that they live, is going to be what other advanced civilizations do. Not! Our civilization is not advanced. We are currently in the bottom of a dark age. Just because we have technology does not mean we're advanced. It means we're stupid. Every single person on earth, billions and billions of people, think that technology is going to save us. Ha! Oh, let's go back to Deagle. 4 out of every 5 people that you know are going to be purged in 7 years, and it has nothing to do with the Silurian hypothesis. We are not at the culmination of civilization. We are not at the crux of advancement. We are not at the pinnacle of knowledge. We are at the bottom of the pit of hell in the dark age, where humanity stares into a square and gets eliminated from the face of the earth because they walk in front of a bus while they're texting. It couldn't be clearer than this particular GIF, where people are actually filming their death because it's cool and they need the views. That is insane. Let's talk about solutions. Fortitude Ranch popping up everywhere. This is a survivalist Armageddon camp where you and your family can learn to survive and thrive in the times that come. When 4 out of 5 of your neighbors are dying during global unrest and famine, as they get murdered for their meager possessions, you could be at the Fortitude Ranch, surviving and thriving with other like-minded people with an entire security contingent keeping you safe. The preparatory advances are already on site, and these camps are going up worldwide. If you can't afford to buy your own land, create your own bug out, or you're not creative in any way, you can just give about $1,000 a year to this group and secure your place in a survival ranch where you want to be, with other like-minded people that want to survive the nonsense that is coming. And they call it the collapse. Can be for any reason. This weekend, there's an open house in West Virginia. There's a new survival camp, a Fortitude Ranch, opening up just north of here in the central Colorado. So check them out. They reached out to us and they want to somehow work together in the future. So I'd be more than happy to work with Fortitude Ranch, learning them how to grow food or be resilient in the times ahead. If you don't have a place to go, Fortitude Ranch is an option. Research it, take a look. They're running on cryptocurrency. They're up and running. Their staff is ex-CIA, Marines, military, you name it. They're ready to survive and thrive in the future. Check them out. Nothing to lose. If you can't buy land, you can buy a place at the Fortitude Ranch. Now, hope you got something out of the video. Times are changing. Lee Wheelbarger interview with Lee and I was awesome tonight. He's going to be back next week because we have a lot to talk about. As cosmic rays increase, the 1,000-year grand solar minima continues to descend off the face of the earth. We need to start preparing. Each month, each season, each year, we're closer to that event that pushes us to a new level of global unrest that hasn't happened for hundreds of years. History repeats itself. Humanity has never learned from history. We keep doing the same stupid things over and over again. It's time for a change. I believe that we can inspire enough people to get through this event to create a new humanity that will be one of epic insight, incredible innovation, and abundance for the remaining people on Earth. Start preparing now. Times are changing. Be safe, everyone.